Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets tossed in the glove box, spec sheet worship gets left at the showroom door, and what we're left with is the kind of raw, real-world driving truth that only comes from spending time behind the wheel. If you're new here, buckle up, as this is where the real reviews live. Today, we've got something a bit unexpected, a name resurrected, a badge that once stood for affordable muscle. And now it's back with a turbocharged vengeance. This is the 2026 Dodge Neon SRT-4. And no, this isn't your uncle's commuter box. This one's been to the gym, eaten some steel, and come out with a wicked attitude. Exterior. Let's start with the first thing you'll notice at the face. Dodge didn't play it safe here. The 2026 Neon SRT-4 doesn't hide in traffic. The front end looks aggressive, almost angry, like it woke up late for a fight. You've got a wide blacked-out grille with sharp LED headlights that flare out like a scowl. Air intakes below are real, functional, and hungry for air. There's even a subtle hood scoop, not just for show. It channels cool air to that turbocharged heart underneath. It's not overstated, but it definitely isn't subtle either. You can tell Dodge wants you to know this isn't just a Neon, it's the Neon. Moving to the side, this is where it really starts to separate itself from the economy cars it shares a name with. You get deep sculpted lines running along the doors that give it a crouched, ready to pounce vibe. The car sits on 18-inch performance alloys, wrapped in low-profile tires, with optional Brembo brakes hiding behind and yes, you'll want those if you plan on driving this thing like it begs to be driven. Side skirts flow into the design without looking aftermarket or slapped on, and the proportions. Nicely balanced, a low roof line, short overhangs, wide stands. It has that hot sedan meets track toy posture that screams potential. Swing around to the back and the drama continues. The rear of the Neon SRT-4 isn't just an afterthought. You get LED taillights with the signature lighting pattern that looks sharp at night, a ducktail spoiler integrated into the trunk lid, and a functional rear diffuser below that's flanked by twin exhaust pipes, both real, and both tuned to bark like a junkyard dog on cold start. The sound isn't fake piped-in noise either. It's raw, mechanical, and turbocharged. There's a hint of the old-school tuner era here, but it's done with more polish, less boy racer like the Neon grew up, but didn't sell out. Interior. Step inside, and here's where things get interesting. Dodge clearly wanted the interior to match the performance vibe, and for the most part, they nailed it. You slide into well-bolstered sports seats, say Alcantara, with contrast stitching, and SRT logos embroidered up top. They hug you without strangling you, and they look the part. The flat-bottom steering wheel is leather-wrapped, thick, and has paddle shifters that actually feel mechanical, not toy-like. Behind it, a fully digital 12-inch cluster gives you access to all the info you need: a boost pressure, G-forces, lap timers, and yes, the good old analog-style speed and tech layouts too. The center console features Dodge's latest 2Connect system on a crisp 10.25-inch screen. It's responsive, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay come standard, and the SRT performance pages let you tweak throttle response, steering weight, and even launch control settings. Climate controls are thankfully still physical, a welcome nod to real usability. Materials, better than you'd expect for the price point. Soft touch on most of the key areas, but yeah, you'll still find some hard plastics lower down. It's not a luxury cockpit, but it doesn't feel cheap either. Rear seats are usable, trunk space is decent, and overall, it's practical enough to daily while still ready to throw punches. Now let's talk about what really matters: a performance. The 2026 Dodge Neon SRT-4 is powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4, making 310 horsepower and 330 pounds-to-feet of torque. Power is sent to the front wheels through either a slick-shifting 6-speed manual, thank you, Dodge, or an optional 8-speed dual-clutch automatic. This thing is quick. 0-60 comes in around 4.9 seconds with the auto, maybe a hair slower with the manual depending on your launch, but straight-line speed is only part of the story. The chassis has been stiffened, the suspension is retuned with adaptive dampers, And there's even a limited slip differential up front to help you actually put that power down without lighting up the tires in a haze of torque's dear. It handles better than any Neon has the right to. Planted, precise, and confidence-inspiring. Steering is sharp, though not overly chatty, and body roll is minimal in Sport Plus mode. Brakes are strong, fade-resistant, and easy to modulate. It's the kind of car that makes back roads feel like playgrounds and makes you want to miss your exit just to drive a little more. And the sound, the sound. It's not artificial. The turbo spools with a satisfying whine. The blow-off makes itself known when you lift, and there's a deep growl under throttle that turns into a snarl above 5,000 revolutions per minute. It's not obnoxious, but it's far from tame. There's a rawness here that's been missing in the compact performance segment for a while, something that feels mechanical and emotional, not just efficient. As for pricing, Dodge has kept things competitive. The base Neon SRT-4 starts at around $33,500, which undercuts rivals like the Hyundai Elantra N and Golf GTI Performance Edition. Fully loaded, you're looking at just under $39,000, which gets you premium audio, leather-trimmed seats, a sunroof, and all the tech bells and whistles. Honestly, it feels like solid value for what you're getting: a 300-plus horsepower, manual option, real performance hardware, and enough daily usability to not feel like you're compromising your life for the sake of speed. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Dodge Neon SRT-4 is a surprise, but a damn good one. It brings back an iconic name, not with nostalgia, but with legitimate capability. It's fast, fun, functional, and unapologetically aggressive in a market that's quickly turning beige. Sure, it's not perfect, as some cabin materials could be better. The front-wheel drive layout has its limits, and the styling might be a bit much for some. But if you're looking for an old-school turbocharged thrill and a new-school wrapper, this car delivers. And that wraps up today's deep dive on the 2026 Dodge Neon SRT-4. If you're into real reviews with no fluff, no filters, and just straight-up driving truth, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss what's next from Car Flash. We've got more new metal coming, and as always, we drive it like it's meant to be driven. Until next time, keep your revs high and your standards higher. Peace.